Hi everyone, welcome to the SQL Learning Program Day 7. Today we are going to cover joins. So primarily we'll be talking about inner left right joins. Also, what is the purpose of join, when you would be able to use join, or how you will be using joins in SQL. So let us move on to the practical sessions here. I have created two tables for this activity. One is departments, which is having around 20 records with 20 different department and department ID. And also we have an employees table, which is having around 500 employee information. Each employee is related to a department with department ID. So some employees may or may not be mapped. So they are marked as, their department ID is marked as null. So now let us talk through each scenarios, right? So first is inner join. What inner join does? Inner join combine two tables. So before we deep dive into that, right? A join is to combine two tables based on a key and provide you combined result as an output. So that is the purpose of a join. So when we start writing the query, you will understand that in detail. So inner join is the join which combine two tables based on a key and provide only matching records. So that means in our example, there are employees and there are department IDs. So in this particular example, you'll only, if you inner join this employees and department table, you will only get the employees. They are mapped to a particular department. That means, like, if there is no matching between these tables, you will not be able to get the records. So let us start writing a query. So I have this employee table. So I call it as E. So this is same as the aliasing which we learned in the previous class. And I want to join. Either you write join or inner join, that is same. And department, I would call it as D. Now, based on what you wanted to join this table. So that is what you have to write in the on condition. So I wanted to say E dot department ID should be equal to D dot department ID, right? So what I am saying is, like, you get me all the data irrespective of the table, right? Get me all the columns from both the tables if the department ID from the table 1 is matching with the department ID in table 2. So that is what your inner join tells. Let's done this query. So it gave me around 248 records. So as you know, like, we have around 500 records in the employee table. So we definitely have missed some of them, right? So we don't know what are they. Now here I'm getting these 248 employees are mapped to a valid department ID. You can see two department ID column duplicated, right? So if you try to load this data, you might be having the ambiguous column error. So if you just wanted to see only employee table related information, you can write E dot star. So it gives you only this, and you can put comma, and if you want D dot D dot department name, you'll get that as well. So you can, like, however you want, right? If you want only 2-3 columns, you can mention that here, same how we have learned in SQL. But to identify which table it is, you can use that aliasing. And if you still want to D dot department ID to be printed, you can call it as dip ID. So now you have get this column, but that naming would be department ID. So now you can understand, okay, this is the first one is from employee table and the second one is from the department table. Maybe in an inner join scenario, the match the condition columns, these columns, the department ID displaying may not really relevant, but when we go into the left join, right join, outer join and all, there will be purposes. Okay, so now we understood that inner join returns only matching records. So on a scenario driven situation, right, when if somebody comes to us and say that, okay, I need all the employees who has a relevant department map to them, this query is right. Or if somebody come back and say, I wanted to see all the employees who map to a department, or who has one department mapped, all these questions, right, when they say that they need a finite information by combining, you got to think about inner join. Now let us talk about left join. So when you see this term, right, now inner, the term inner is changed to left. So I'll reuse the same query. So now I wanted to comment this, right, you can do a /r and survivors. So now whatever is commented, when you run the query, this will not be printed. Sorry, this will not be executed. So here in this scenario, what I am trying to do, I need left join. So when left join would be used, you have a requirement where you wanted to see everything from left side and but only matching from right side. So in the inner query, inner join query, we have noticed that we only have 248 record retrieved. However, we had 500 records. So that means like we have around 252 employees. They are not mapped to the department. So here, in case if I say that, okay, I need all the employee information from this employee table, or maybe from this employee table, and whichever the employee has a relevant department, show me that mapping department, else you show it as blank or null, right? So that means I need all the employee information, but in your inner join query, what we have written, we only get the records which is only mapping, like the department is available. So let us run this query and see how it works. So now you can see you have 500 rows. That means like you have 500 records, and the first employee, right? So it does not have a department ID. And if you see, we have also displayed the department table information where department name and department ID came as null. So that means like employee ID 1 does not have a mapping department in the departments table. However, it is displayed because it is a left join. So hope this left join is clear. Left join plays a role when you think that you wanted to see data from one of the table, the full data from one of the table when you have a join query. So now we have discussed left. Now we are going to discuss right. Right join is as same as left join, no difference. The only difference is like you give priority to the table on the right side. So here when you write this query, right, you have two tables. What is on the left of the join statement is employee table, right of your join statement is departments table. So when you say left join, you give priority to employees table and you give all the records. But when you do a right join, you give priority to the departments table and provide all the data from departments table but not from employees table. So let us run this query and see how it comes. So here if you see, you only got 248 records. So what does that mean? you do not have any extra department, like at least all the department you have, right, that is mapped to at least one employee. If I had any of the department that didn't have an employee, I would have got more record than inner join, because we got the same 248 record in inner join. That is why I confidently said that we do not have any department without an employee. Okay, hope that is clear. So next we are going to talk about full join. So what is full join? Same, right? Now you had two scenarios. We have covered three scenarios. One, the very first one, you need data when both the conditions are like both the table having matching conditions, like the matching is 100%. Left join has covered like, okay, I need everything matching but along with what is and everything in left, and here everything in right. So imagine like you have a scenario like you want the matching record as well as like you need everything in left and everything in right, and whatever is not matching, show me the null value. Like it can be full join, can be called as more of combination of right and left. Sorry, I have to write full join. Yeah. So here you get 500 because we do not have any extra records in the department table without a employee ID. That is why you are not able to see extra, but you can see. So in this case your result will be exactly same as your left join. So I can, since just for the accuracy of the result, right, I can add a 21st department, just call it as DSA learning department, right? So now let's execute the same query. Left join 248 records, sorry, left join 500 records, my bad. So right join we were getting 248, but you started getting 249 because I added a department that started playing a role where like your left side column values are null, but right side it started populating. Full outer join or full join was returning 500 records. Now you will get 501 record because I have my DSA learning comes up with a null for the employee table related information. I hope this is clear. Now self join. Self join is nothing but self join is nothing but you are joining your own table again. So it is same as like you, instead of this employee table, you are like, sorry, instead of this department table you are using again the employee table. So here in our current query we do not have any requirement as such like joining the employee information again, right? So I am like ignoring this. If I had like I can tell you an example, like you have an employee table along with your manager ID. So in that case I want this same employee table joined to the employee table again using the manager ID to retrieve the manager information for that particular employee. So that can be a scenario which we can use self join. Now the last one is cross join. Cross join is a cardinal join where like you don't put conditions and so you just put cross join and you run the query. So here you are getting 10,500 records. That means like you do not have a condition and you are not going to match anything. So you get every record is going to map with the other. So let us test that, right? I had 21 departments, so I'll apply work condition. So work condition will be applied on top of this result. You can write the work condition after the on condition in all other queries. Here we don't have an on condition, so we are directly writing after the join statement and the table name. So where e dot employee id equal to 1, right? So I'm just doing a cross join. So now you can see 21 records have been matched, right? So I do not have a department IDs, so there is nothing to match. But I'm creating the 21 records just by matching without a key. It's like this is called cross join. So it's a cardinal product. Like how many record you have in the left table into like how many record you have in the right table would be the total number of records you can expect when it is a cross join. So here in this example we don't have, but yeah, some cases you wanted to populate combinations of a list of dates for all the employees or something like that, right? You may have to use the cross join. Okay, hope this is clear for all of you and clear about the different joins. So just before I conclude, I just want to say join would be used when you wanted to combine two tables based on a key in most of the cases. So you can keep that in mind. If somebody tells you that to combine two tables based on something, the first thing which you can think about join, and which join is based on the statement. If they want everything from left side, or they want only matching record, or they wanted to get the information from same table again, so that is where the self join comes into picture, and all other joins are based on the statement being said by your the person who has the requirement. So that is all on the joins. Thank you for watching. We can see in the next video. Feel free to add any comments, any suggestions which you have, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.